Hi everyone, welcome back to Life Happens on the B-Side. I want to first thank everybody that watched and subscribed, commented. I very much appreciate it. I want to talk today about fear. And the reason I do is because so many people that saw my video, their first comment was, um, are you sure it was okay for you to say that you're unhappy with your job? And I think it was because it's the truth. It's my truth, and that's kind of the point of this is to speak your truth and get back to the good parts of life and not the stuff that's holding you back. And my job is definitely one of the things that is weighing on me and has been for a while. And I did think about it before I said that because yeah, I need my job and I care very much about the team of people that I work with. And, I show up every day, even though it's hard, and I give my job 100%. And that wouldn't change no matter what. I've committed to it. It doesn't mean I don't want to find a different opportunity. I think as women in particular, we tend to worry about what other people are going to think more than we should at the expense of ourselves. And I'm not saying that men don't do that too. I know that they do, but I think women do it more often. Um, I've been married twice, and I have sons, and I have brothers and male cousins and uncles. Uh, and they all seem to, at the end of the day, not let what how they affect other people's feelings affect the way they think about themselves. And what I mean by that is they are not afraid to speak their mind and don't worry that what they're saying is going to upset somebody else. I'm not saying that they go out there purposefully to hurt anybody's feelings. They absolutely don't. I'm not saying they don't speak kindly when they express their opinions. They absolutely do speak kindly, but they don't let the effect of other people's reaction color how they talk to people. I will give you an example from my last video. I was at my father's grave speaking about my father, my experience with my father, and I was afraid that if I didn't at least acknowledge the positive impact that both my parents had on me, that my mother would be upset, and I didn't want to upset her. I didn't want to shortchange her. I didn't want her to think that I didn't value her parenting and her contribution to my life as much as I did my father's. So rather than just talk about the person I was talking about and focus on that one thing, I said, oh, not that both my parents contributed to it. I mentioned that. And that wasn't because it was part of what I wanted to say in the moment. It was because I didn't want to upset anybody. And that is definitely not something my husband would have done. He would have said exactly what he wanted to say without fear of or concern that if he was talking about his father and only his father, his mother would be upset because he was talking about his father. It had nothing to do with his mom. It had nothing to do with anybody else, but it would have been about his dad. So I don't know why we do this to ourselves. At least I do, and I know some of my other friends do. Comment below. Let me know if you do the same thing. If it isn't just women on the whole that temper their personal feelings and thoughts to accommodate what they perceive as other people's thoughts and feelings, so they don't hurt their or offend or bother or have to have a confrontation about. Fear had held us back. It's been holding me back for a long time. Fear of failing, fear of not being good enough, fear of my hair not being perfect. I mentioned that at the beginning of my last video. I wanted everything to be perfect. I wanted to come out, hit the ground running, and it's not what it's about. So I'm trying to work on my fear of not being honest, completely honest with myself, and therefore not completely honest with the world. And I wonder what fear you guys might have as we're in it together. And I don't want those kinds of fears to continue to affect my B-side. Tell me what's on your mind. Tell me what you think about that. I have wanted to make sure that at the end of all these videos, I give a shout out to something that brings me a lot of joy and brings me a lot of happiness. So at the end of every video, I'm going to bring up something random that brings me joy, something small, something in my life that I want to appreciate and I want to share with you, that makes the everyday just a little bit better, a little bit happier, a little bit sassier, a little bit whatever it happens to be. Not things like my children, because they give me the deepest well of joy I could have. And we know that, right? We know that we love our kids and they're the best. And for me personally, my sons are my favorite two people on the planet. But there are other things, other people, other, scenes that you see throughout the day that are really, really color your life bright. So at the end of every video, I want to give a shout out to something that, whether it's an object or a person or a celebrity or, a movie or whatever it is, something that brought joy and a smile to my life or does regularly. And today, that one is going to be Carson Kressley. I've been watching Celebrity Big Brother and I knew of him. I'd seen him on Family Feud. I knew he was one of the original cast members of Queer Eye for a Straight Guy back in, I don't even know, the 90s, I'm guessing. And I never really knew him, but I have to say, watching him on Big Brother brought me a tremendous amount of joy. And spoiler alert, if anyone isn't watching and is going to watch it when it's all over, he got voted out, and I kept saying, and once he leaves, I'm never watching this again. He was the best part of it, and he has just genuinely bright attitude, and the way he spoke, it just brought such joy to my heart. So I'm calling out Carson Kressley from Queer Eye and a thousand other things, I'm sure, but most recently Celebrity Big Brother, as someone that brings the joy. So continue to watch. I'll be back another couple days, and if you have anything you want to talk about, please comment below. Please send me a message and let me know what's holding you back, what's coloring your reality because you're too afraid to hurt or upset or challenge an idea, a person, a thought. Anyway, have a wonderful day, everyone. Thanks again for watching and subscribing, and I'll see you next time, and continue to enjoy your life on the B-side. Bye.